Hi, my name is Chef Galen. I'm also a certified holistic nutritionist as well as a dietary health coach, and I'm so excited that you have joined us today. Today, I'm going to be talking about food density and the importance of food density and understanding it, and also a caloric, being in a caloric deficit, and what that means as far as eating the right foods. Now, I get questions all the time like, how in the world do your clients find such amazing results in such a short amount of time being on such a low caloric deficit on the foods that you have them on? And it's because all the foods that I have my clients on are very high density foods, which means per pound they have the most nutrients and the lowest calories. Okay, so there can be there's a lot of, I have a lot of clients too that are in a place of healing, or they're trying to bulk up, or they're not trying to lose weight at all. They're actually just trying to maintain. They're just healing in their body. They might be having like Lyme's disease, cancer, or Crohn's disease, celiac disease. So if this is more for those who are actually trying to cut body fat fast, all right, and like just getting it done and then maintaining. Okay, so most of my clients are trying to lose between 30 and 100 pounds. Okay, so let me just kind of show you a few things. Right here, like this would be 150 calories, okay, and that would be, as you can see, our grapes right here. This is 150 calories, but this is also 150 calories, all right? And those are our peanuts. Do you see the difference? So what's gonna fill your belly, all right, more, okay? The other thing too is there's nothing wrong with peanuts, but I do tell my clients, like when they can have like a cheat day or a cheat meal, it's like you can have nuts, you can have an avocado, you can add a little bit of olive oil to your foods, because those, like, they still have a lot of nutrients in them, but the caloric, there's a lot of calories in them, so you're not going to be on a caloric deficit, okay? And also too, it's important to eat foods that have a lot of water in them, okay? So that's why, like, a lot of times people will put like a lot of foods in their dehydrators. But what ends up happening is the more water that you take out of your food, you have to actually eat a lot more of that to feel full, okay? So that's why instead of doing the raisins, because there's a lot of calories in there, go ahead and do the grapes, so that way you're eating your water, okay? Another thing too, this is kind of crazy. This was actually left out a little bit longer. This is my my avocado, but this is 322 calories, okay? And this is just an avocado. Or you can actually do 322 calories of potatoes. Okay, so do you see the difference? Which one is going to fill you up more? Okay, right, the potatoes. And the other thing about red potatoes is there's actually more vitamin C in a red potato than there is in a glass of orange juice. So red potatoes are excellent for you. And I'm not too sure why there's such a bad rap about potatoes, but they fill you up. They're low in calorie, they're high in nutrients, and it's just a great food density food. I also too let my clients know, and this is something good for you to know too, that a lot of times they'll say, oh yeah, you know, I just had a whole, you know, I had, you know, a few cups of veggies, I just grilled them, or I sauteed them, and I'm like, what'd you saute them with? And they're like, oh, a couple tablespoons of olive oil. And they went from like a 30-calorie meal to literally a couple tablespoons is 240 calories, okay? And it might be organic, but that doesn't mean that those calories aren't going into you, okay? So the next thing you know, it ends up turning into a 250 calorie meal instead of just 30 calories, okay? So that's why I am so into calorie counting when you first are getting, you know, trying to cut fat, because I want my clients to learn. Like, I'm here to educate. Like, they hire me on, they're part of my VIP program, they're with me for 4 months, 120 days to transform their life. You know what I mean? So I'm there to educate them to change the habits of what they're used to or what society tells them, okay? So instead, just spray your pan with a little avocado spray. 0 calories. You're not going to be able to taste a difference in the taste. you know? And so that is really, really important too. Another thing too is this is kefir made with live kefir grains. Of course, you all know I love the kefir. It's all about cleansing the digestive tract. The average person carries up to 30 pounds of toxins in their digestive tract, and kefir is the #1 most healing probiotic in the world. So what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to cleanse all of that out. So to make sure that your kefir is on a low calorie kefir, what I encourage my clients to do, and you too, is blend it with some blueberries and just add a teaspoon of pure maple syrup. Okay, just a little teaspoon. Okay, make sure everything's organic and clean, and that way your calorie count is low, but you're getting the highest amount of nutrients, especially probiotics. Okay, because 90% of our serotonin, which is our happy hormone, is in our gut. So we want to keep our gut cleansed. We want to keep it flat. We want to clear out all of those toxins, and also that is also where 80% of our immune system is. Okay, so that's why it's very important not to put anything packaged or processed into our bodies, because we want to make sure everything is clean, and we don't want to work on trying to detox, right, by adding more toxins into our body. This is another example of food density. Here you have 1 piece of cheese, and then you also have a cup of chicken. Okay, so which is going to fill you more? Which one has more nutrients in it? Okay, so when I put my clients again on a caloric deficit, you can see they're eating the highest, most powerful, cleansing, nutrient-filled minerals, vitamins that you can possibly put into your mouth, right? And it's just really important for people to know that. Like, and so the longer they do it, and they're spending 120 days writing everything down, okay, they see the results, they're like, wow, how the heck did I just lose, 20, 30 pounds in a month? It's because they're concentrating, okay, they're really focusing, and they're changing their habits, and they're understanding how their body works and what a caloric deficit is. All right, and next thing you know, they pick up an apple. It triggers in their head, okay, 95 calories, I got my apple, there's a lot of water in it, it's going to make me feel good. Okay, so they're going to go for the apple instead of going for the nuts. All right, this is another thing. A lot of times, most of you all know I am a huge ground flaxseed fan, chia fan, but the chia seeds, if you are again trying to cut weight fast, then you really have to take a step back from the chia seeds, because in 1 teaspoon, I even have it on here, even for organic chia seeds, there's 100, okay, in 1 tablespoon there's 150 calories. Okay, so I had a client that was like, oh yeah, I'm making my kefir every day, and I'm making my smoothie, and she wasn't really getting the results to the degree that most of my clients get. And I was like, okay, well, what are you putting in your smoothies exactly? And she's like, oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm putting in 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. And she was already really tiny anyway, right? That's 300 calories. That's a lot just for a smoothie. So again, her 100-calorie smoothie ends up turning into a 400-calorie smoothie just by not even paying attention, not even knowing, okay? So that is just really important to know and understand. Right here I have a calorie density chart. Like, this is the difference of 500 calories in your belly. As you can see, oils do nothing for you. I know a lot of times people are like, oh, oils are so good for you. I'm not gonna say they're not, but they're not, you should look at it as a treat. You know what I mean? Like I said, whenever my clients are like, I'm having a treat, I'm like, okay, I hope that's nuts, oils, and an avocado. Okay, and then as you can see, the cheese, meats, and then going into potatoes, beans, and rice, and then our fruits and veggies really fill our belly. But that's like another reason why, if you're a vegan, sometimes vegans have the hardest time losing weight, and they're like, they come to me and they're like, I'm not losing the weight that I'm wanting. And it's because a lot of times there's just so many additives and preservatives and toxins in the processed food for vegans, you know what I mean? So just because it says vegan, it doesn't mean that there's not potato starch in there, tapioca starch, things that actually cause more toxins and make it a lot harder to lose that weight. And the calorie count is a lot higher. So they're like, oh, it's like, made out of something really healthy, you know, like white rice flour, but then they don't realize that they're just eating the small portion they have is 600, 700, 800 calories. Okay. So I really wanted to share this and talk about this today. I have notes here and I feel like I've pretty much hit everything that I wanted to talk about. But if you have any questions, please go ahead and chime underneath. All my contact information is under there as well. I know a lot of you have been asking if I am taking on new clients. We do have the availability to take on new clients right now. So excited about that. We've expanded our team. And so if you're interested in that, just go ahead and get in touch with us. I'll put the link for that underneath. And how that is set up is you're with me for 120 days. Okay, we're together for 4 months, and I have you on a program. It's a fitness program. It's also about life, your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. We do a discovery call that takes about an hour, and then what we do is we personalize your program, okay, just for you, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. Everything from your foods to your calorie count to your intake of water to your work to your fitness, you know, and then we chime in on a daily basis. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Where are you at? And this isn't just for people for weight loss. Many of my clients are dealing with all different kinds of health issues, even trying to bulk up or not lose weight at all, just trying to find healing in their body. I also work with a lot of clients that are suffering from different addictions. So if you have any questions about that, or you feel like this brought you value, please go ahead and like it and share it. I hope you all have a fantastic, fantastic day. And thank you so much for being on here and just listening and absorbing and making an effort to transform your own life.